No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the world of Gatia, where the populace are at the mercy of elemental chaos, unpredictable weather, and the fucked up creatures that hunt them in the night.
What?
What?
You didn't mention that before.
Our story this evening brings us to the group known as the Measure, who hail from the village of Grace and who they are days away from currently. Yeah, I just kind of bulldozed into that. Where we watch their attempts to keep their village safe and the forest, essentially, from the way things are playing out. How's everybody doing? It's the last week of the month has been brought to my attention, so your inspirations are to expire if you don't use them. Everyone doing okay?
Let me check.
Let me check if I'm doing okay.
I'm doing all right.
We're on episode
Good.
20.
Yeah,
We're on episode 20.
That's 5 months.
Weird vibes in the chat, I think, tonight.
Yeah?
What?
And by the chat, I mean us.
Oh, amongst the chatter.
Yeah.
As always, while we're here tonight, just a quick reminder that when the game is in session, we are not necessarily going to be directly engaging with chat, as we don't wish to interrupt the flow of the session. This way we're not interrupting roleplay, that sort of thing. But at around 9:30, as long as nothing is holding us up, at around 9:30 we'll take our break and it'll give us an opportunity to say hello and all that. And last but not least, just have fun and be good to each other while you're here hanging out with us tonight. Before I begin our recap, does anybody want to go through a list of things?
I have things.
I know you do. It's you.
No things here.
All right.
Go ahead.
My things.
Mhm.
I'm still streaming Baldur's Gate Thursdays and Sundays, starting at 8. Goes usually to like 11. So, very similar to what we do here as far as time goes. But it's Thursdays and Sundays. I'm still in Act 1. I feel like I'm going to be in Act 1 forever. I'm a very thorough lad, is how to answer your question.
You're going to kill your replayability.
Wow. That's nuts.
Maybe. YOLO. Also, we're still releasing an actual play podcast of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. It is a very cool game about vampires. I am the GM, and my players include our very own JT and Sora, as well as our friend Lylel, who you see as Any Road in the chat sometimes. Yes. Why do you not, JT? Why don't you hiss for me like that in session?
Because I just haven't had the opportunity. I haven't fought anything yet. I haven't had the desire to primitively show aggression.
You
It's
have
for
fought
MJT.
things. You just don't do good when you fight things.
That too. That too.
Does he growl for you?
Listen to find out. That is on that's on YouTube and Spotify. Give me a second and I'll put some links in chat. First episode is out. Second episode releases tomorrow at 7 a.m. So catch y'all there.
Yee. Cool. Does anybody else have anything for me?
We have Discord. I don't know if I said it.
I mean, yes, please feel free to check out our link tree, which has all of our socials, as well as Sora just pointed out, our Discord link. And come and hang out with us all week. So anyway, with that all being said, let's get some recap going here. I'm going to try and keep it a little short this time. I feel like I rant half the time. I'm on the wrong dock. This is a good start, guys. The Measure are currently traveling through the Irised Forest. They left a number of days ago to head for the Chaldean Shelf, to help find a way to find a way to the place known as the City of Thrix with the help of Rarissa's talking necklace. Best way to briefly put that.
Oh.
What?
Jewels.
Sorry, carry on.
So anyway, yes, jewels. So they have traveled from the shelf and are now heading in a northwest, I believe it was, direction through the Irised Forest, looking for the City of Thrix. They have since run into a number of environmental variables and bestial variables, and also made, I will say, acquaintances, because I know half, if not all of you, are a little questionable about an individual that has presented herself as Katie, claiming to have been from another time, same place, different time, having come here through means of travel in Arcadia. The group in last session learned several things, like the village of Greystand still exists in Katie's time. Tieflings are not as uncommon as they are currently. Or I apologize, daemons, not tieflings, daemons. And speaking of environmental variables, they also during last session were had to handle a flash flood, which was very amusing. We learned that Renna can stay up in a tree for a very long time, dangers or no dangers. Katie and Anthea had a little bit of a discussion about Arcadia and possibly going back. A conversation that Anthea also had with Rarissa at one point, that if she goes back, she would, and it was the right time to go back with her. And a little bit towards the end of last session, the group found a collection of trees that seemed to stand out from the rest, two of them with doors in them. They met a small halfling individual with long ears, as well as a very tall elven person who lives within these trees. They've agreed to exchange information that they can find about the City of Thrix in return for some home maintenance and a necklace of Electrum coins. And that's pretty much where we left our adventurers. So, take it away, gang.
I believe last we decided we were going to... I forget her name, but the halfling was going to cook for us.
Neither has been stated. You haven't asked her name. She did say a name for the other individual, and she hasn't said what she's cooking. She just said she's going to.
Right. All right. So, Tim, you were going to fix her ladder, and you can't do that until tomorrow morning, right?
Yes.
Was it a ladder?
Correct.
Or stairs?
It's a ladder.
Oh.
And the other one's happy with the necklace we gave him, right?
It's being made still.
Right. I guess it's time to camp.
Now, quick question for clarification. I don't remember exactly. Given the shape of the ladder, can Tim repair this with mending? Does he know that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you would be able to. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
The slats are small enough that it's possible. So, but yes. Okay. So, you guys are going to set up camp then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is the halfling woman, is she still around? I kind of remember her going down.
She's in her tree, inside of her tree.
I'm gonna knock on her tree.
It takes a minute. You hear in the process, and pushes the door open. I miss a step every time. She can I? What can I do, sir?
Did you want some vegetables or fruits or berries or anything from around if you're going to be cooking?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you can find will be great. I can garnish with it.
I can find quite a lot.
Great.
I know what I'm doing then.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Ulrich seems just deeply uncomfortable with this whole situation.
As he does.
Mm-hmm. All right. Someone pitch camp. I'm gonna go foraging. Any requests?
Berries.
Berries, understood. And Ulrich's leaving. He's trying to get some distance.
Okay. All right. Until we follow Ulrich on his excursion, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, Rena's still sitting up against a tree, probably just chilling, deep in thought, stressed. That's about it. She's probably not going to help set up camp, I'm going to be honest.
You were still off to the side, I think, actually, when we left last session, because you were having your little panic attack and Katie was sitting with you.
Yeah.
So that's where Katie is as well.
Oh,
Anthea's,
she's still there? Okay.
Yeah. She stayed with you. Anthea's probably still side by side with Rarissa, I imagine. Tim, what are you doing?
I'm thinking about the concept of garnishing and how they would do it. I'm amazed that they know.
Oh.
Maybe
Garnishing?
Yeah, maybe Tim's perception of the world needs expanding. That's what he's thinking right now. He's like, I need to meet different people. Clearly, I need to get outside the village more. This is an eye-opener. Who would have thought that some people living inside the fucking trees would garnish shit? We don't even bother to garnish shit except for its holidays, celebrations, festivities. Who garnishes all the time? Maybe are we a celebration? Do they plan to feast on us?
Oh man,
Please don't.
He's
that
thinking all
hole
these
real quick.
He's just pondering all this shit. Like,
Just watch out for the candy.
better set up camp. Look around. Looks like not many people are gonna help.
Okay. All right. Rarissa, what you doing?
Well, she probably would have started actually helping with camp a little bit when Alaric said something.
Okay. All right. That's fine. And
Like
Cassidy. Oh, go ahead. And maybe what?
Just finding like a place to put like her bedroll.
Okay. And Cassidy, what are you doing?
I missed the recap, so I apologize. I'm pretty sure last session, Cassidy was like doing one of the traded out repairs for one of our hosts. Does that sound right?
You were tasked with making the Electrum necklace.
Oh, okay. Making a necklace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to like punch holes in the coins.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you think that's something that would be done rather quickly, considering my expertise?
I mean, if you've got your tools on you, then sure. Yeah. I'd just ask. You know what? Roll me. We're gonna say sleight of hand. Yeah, you can add your proficiency bonus if it's not already applied because you're using your tools to do so.
Would be a total of a +3. First roll of the day. Be a nat 20.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah,
That's what they call a critical roll.
Oh, that was, yeah, you do this very quickly, just one after the other, just tink, pff, tink, pff, tink, pff. Each coin till you make like this, like, kind of like fan design with these coins. And he hasn't supplied you with something to put it on yet, but he said he would get something.
Okay. When I craft the actual necklace, I'm going to do my best to kind of make it look stylized and not just like a bunch of loose, randomly punched coins.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But if that's done, then I will definitely hop on camp setup duty as well.
Okay. Great.
Yay.
Do some of the heavy lifting.
All right. Ulrich, go ahead and survival roll.
Oh yeah. Oh. That is a 16.
Okay. It's easy enough to find what you want to find. The bulk of what you do locate is going to be berries. You do find a little bit of mint. And there's also not a whole lot, but you do find a couple of mushrooms that are edible, safely edible.
I get a bonus to foraging food as well. I think like mechanically, if I were actually finding rations, but for flavor as well, I find twice as much as someone without my training would. So.
Right. Yeah. It's the mushrooms are still a small amount just because the where you are, but yeah. No, I know. I got you.
I have to fight for every bonus I get as a ranger. All right.
I understand. Okay. And I'll say that will take you about well, you find a lot. I say it take you maybe 15 minutes, maybe a little more, just to get everything, because you have to go about a little bit, but not dangerously far.
All right.
Okay. So, I say after a while, you do show up back at camp. Camp's made. What are you doing when you get back?
I have my cloak kind of like pulled up and wrapped around in front. Use this kind of like a basket carrying all these like berries and mushrooms and herbs. And I'll find my way to like the middle of camp, and it'll look like Ulrich's done this a million times. He gets down, and like his arms are busy holding it out, so he just like gets on his knees and he pivots and he uses his knees to clear a space of dirt, and then he kind of shimmies back and he spills everything out there. It doesn't get all mixed up. Thank you. Nobody appreciates my shimmying. So it doesn't get all mixed up with like twigs and grass and whatnot, Yeah. Dirt's fine though. Dirt's builds character.
Yes, little grit.
We might not know any better.
That's very true.
Other than maybe Tim.
Indoor plumbing is not a thing yet, so you probably don't wash your vegetables entirely before you cook with them.
Tim doesn't know it, but he's very probiotic.
French.
You're gonna be fine.
At least we don't have to worry about our apples being covered in wax or anything like that, just right off the tree.
Or chemicals.
Or chemicals. Pesticides don't exist, so.
Wow. That's like.
But we do have to deal with pests, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes.
And plague and famine, I guess.
Hey, but our
Easy
apples don't
stuff.
have wax.
Tons.
So
And we have no styrofoam in our blood.
Oh,
Or microplastics.
oh my god. All right. Anyway.
We found our rabbit hole, guys. Let's go.
In an
Deeper.
Everybody in.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
We'll prairie dog it, I'm sure.
Ulrich presents his findings.
Mhm.
Are you doing anything else?
I mean, just helping to set up camp otherwise.
Yeah,
Getting
I
a
would.
fire started with
Yeah.
flint. Yeah.
Fancy that newfangled flint everyone's
Yeah.
talking about.
I'm gonna pull Ulrich to the side real quick while we're setting up camp. What do you think about their use of garnishes?
Do you not garnish your food?
Not every day. Typically only with celebrations or festivities.
Ulrich, come check this out, Tim. And he'll gesture you to the pile of foragey he just gathered, and he's got a couple edible leaves in there, and he just bends down. He takes one of the edible leaves, and he puts
Ooh,
it
that's
on
my
top
favorite.
of one of the mushrooms.
Yeah. I know what garnishing is. I'm
My point
aware.
is that it's easy, Tim. Garnish
Yeah.
your food.
My point is, how and why are they doing this? That's the question I want to ask.
Because they have guests, because they like a little variety, and Tim, I feel like you're overthinking this.
One of my,
As,
it's one of my pastimes. Well, yeah,
as
what
you
I
were,
do.
as you were discussing this, the short halfling woman comes from the woods, and she's dragging something behind her, and she goes, "Well, good. You got a. Oh my gosh, you got a lot." And
Yeah.
you see she's dragging by the leg like a dead boar behind her. Not one of the mushroom boars,
Okay.
just a generic boar. And she's like, "All right, I'm gonna come back for some of that." And she walks over and she like just digs her fingers into the tree and pulls the door open and just throws the boar down into the hole and then goes down.
There's something about these people, Tim, that I find equally charming and terrifying.
We're actually on the same page then. This is fantastic. I am both thrilled and anxious. I can't wait. What's going to happen next? I hope I have time to write it down.
Yeah, so you have some time here to discuss. She's clearly down there cooking. She does eventually come back up, looks at your findings, and she's got like a wooden bucket under her arm, and she just starts like putting stuff in.
It's just whatever I need to take, right? I mean, or do you need me to leave some? I mean, I don't need all this. This is a lot, but I see you only have a little bit of some things.
Take whatever you need.
Take as I. All right, great.
And she completely abandons the mint, but she takes the mushrooms and the berries, and
I'm going to take
Ulrich-
a handful of berries before she takes them all.
she's not gonna take all of them. Ulrich, what?
Ulrich takes the mint she leaves behind and pops it in his mouth.
She does leave some of the berries and stuff, but she takes all the mushrooms because there wasn't a lot of those. And
She's like, it's gonna be a little bit longer, but I'm working on it.
and she goes back into her home. Yes.
You know that leaf you just ate, right? We tried growing that in our smaller plot at the farm that we keep for more specialty stuff. It's voracious.
What?
The plant, it's voracious. It will fight and consume anything else. It'll completely edge out anything else near it. It's actually amazing. But my point is, don't bring it to the village. Don't try and grow it there. Not if you like anything else.
I'll make sure none of it gets back. And he takes another leaf and he chews it.
Anthea has a leaf as well. She's quite pleased at the sight of mint.
I didn't think there was anything a problem with all the mint when you all grew that.
Well, if we could live off of just mint, then it'd be nice.
I'm sorry,
We
I'm
can't.
picturing Anthea grazing.
Yeah, me too.
God damn it.
Yep.
The camel chewing kind of jaw motion.
Yeah. Luna. Yeah, so she's enjoying this as well. I gotta turn back over to Rena. Is she still like off to the side, panic moment?
Not panicking anymore. She's just probably like sitting with her back up against the tree, legs up, just like watching everybody. Like she's stressed, so she's chilling.
Katie is kind of like gives your shoulder a little squeeze, gentle squeeze, and then stands up and walks over to if there are multiple of you gathered like close to each other, she'd walk over to the group and just be like, I think that somebody should probably go have a talk with her. She's having a bit of a moment, I think.
Who are you talking to?
Who, if there's all of you, if you're all close to each other, I'm saying if you think you're sitting off to the side, then you wouldn't hear this, but.
I'll turn to Rena. Hey, Lazy Bones, help out.
I don't think that's what you meant, Tim.
All right, that's not what I meant at all. But
Yeah, I didn't think that was what you meant.
Rena looks
got
up
this.
and looks really sad. She's
Come on.
All right.
You're thinking too much. It happens to me all the time. Keep busy.
Tim,
That's what my sister always said to me. So let's go.
Oh.
okay, Tim, nice try. Let's shelf that.
Damn.
We'll address that later.
Ulrich will head over to Rena.
There was kind of a sweetness there about that, though.
Thank
yeah.
you.
It was
At the end.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
potential.
Don't mind my red ass face.
Ass face.
Wow.
You
It's like
said it.
saying it's like saying face. Stop.
Face. Oh. Go ahead, Oliver.
He'll head over to Rena, and he'll sit down next to her with his back to the tree. It's everything. Are you all right?
yeah. I want to go home. I don't like the woods that much anymore.
Yeah, they Yeah.
There's this little voice in your head going, nature's fucking scary, yo.
It I was wondering if you'd feel that way once you are out here very long.
GT, the music's scary.
Yeah, no, I know. I was trying to get rid of it. Sorry.
It's not the woods. I just don't want to keep being away from home. I feel like we're chasing a city that doesn't exist anymore. And the longer that we're away, more likely, A, we're gonna die out here, or our friends and family are gonna die. So it's just kind of that realization setting in. Nothing too big though. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Right. Sorry, I need to think about what I say, or else a lot of the time it's mean, and I don't mean it to be.
That in or out of character.
That was
I
in
feel it.
character.
It's in
feel
character.
that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
She just turns and she's like, "Are you guys trying to help me feel better or no?"
I am trying to help you feel better. That's why I need to think about this.
If he didn't care, he wouldn't think.
I
True.
think that we're a team. All 5 of us. And what each one of us wants matters. We as a team can decide to go back at any time. But I'll put my opinion out there. We know something really bad that is going to happen. And you're right, the longer we're out here, something awful could happen while we're away and we won't be there to do anything about it. But if we head back now, I think it's even more likely that we'll get back just in time to see something worse and still not be able to do anything about it. So I think that this city is a long shot. I don't entirely trust that rock around Marissa's neck, to be honest.
I don't either.
But I think it's the only lead we have. And I think that we have to do something.
She's still stressed. I'm also stressed.
It's... Understand that I'm not saying this to make you feel better. I don't think there's anything I can say that will make you feel better. It's just about what are we going to put our feelings towards, right? I think that the most productive thing we can do is put our feelings towards getting to the bottom of this lead as quickly as possible and doing whatever we can to get something of value out of it.
God, I hate when you're right.
I'm actually quite fond of when I'm right, but I
know
suppose
you
to each
are.
their own.
I will do my best to not freak out anymore.
I think that is wise. And don't ruminate, but if you need a moment to yourself, that's fine. If you need someone to talk to, I mean, I'm not good at it, but I am here. And your sister's here. And I mean, I feel like Tim's a bad example right now, but Cassidy's here.
Burn.
So yeah. No, I think that's about... Yeah. I think that's about what I'm trying to say.
You said he sat down next to her, right?
Yeah.
She'll just kind of like lean on him a little bit and be like, "Thank you. I needed that."
You take care of each other. So, do you want to come help with camp? Get your mind off of it? Do you want some time to yourself?
No, I should probably help. She'll stand up and like, "All right. I don't know what I have to do." She's just like looking around to see like 10 sped rolls, whatever, and just kind of assess, because I think everybody pretty much said that they were kind of helping with camp, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the other three did mention that. Yes. Okay.
Everyone imagine a making camp montage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Going about setting up camp. The elven individual comes out and he looks around and goes, "Oh, it's very quaint. Very quaint. How are you all finding your camp?"
Usually with our eyes. It's pretty close though, so.
Clever.
Serviceable.
It's nicer than we often have out in the.
Hmm.
At least we have the somewhat protection of being near your home.
Yes, I don't think we've had very many disturbances. Or at least Bert has never told us about it. And Bert the tree is completely silent, has been. Who knows what he's doing? Well, he's supposed to be reaching out to his contacts. He says, well, I'm sure that Fitzy will be done any moment. Can I do anything for you? How is the necklace coming? Oh, necklace. And reaches into his pocket and he pulls out this very fine chain
Really?
that looks to be made of a silver, dark silver coloration. And he hands it out to you. I found what I was looking for.
I'm gonna take the chain and examine it and just ask him how did you manage to make these links so fine?
Oh, I didn't make this. This is just something I've acquired over the years. It took me a while to find it. It was just under some old junk, so I had to dig a little bit.
I've never seen a chain even 4 or 5 times this width. This is just such precision.
Oh, interesting.
Well, I can thread the coins quickly. I'll just put them all
Wonderful.
together, arrange them, and set the necklace, give it back to him pretty quickly, probably.
Well, I believe in fairness, so hold on to it. In the morning, you can give it to me when Bert is back with his information.
Oh.
This way it's all above the board.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't dare take a gift before giving one. And anything else?
Just ready for dinner.
Good. And he opens the door to his tree and just kind of does like this exaggerated duck as he back steps into the tree.
GM, I have a lore question.
Yeah.
Have we discovered the concept of limbo?
Limbo?
Yes. The
in what
game,
context?
not the afterlife. Yeah.
You know what? Sure. I'm going to say yes, because that's a pretty generic, game, if you will.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to find some way to entertain yourselves
When-
during festivities.
Was limbo
Bloody knuckles.
invented?
When was limbo invented?
Mid to late 1800s in Trinidad.
There you go.
That's
Well,
recent.
You can't really say that,
Well, whatever.
other communities in the wild never thought of, bending under stuff. I don't think Trinidadians would have the total
Trinidadians.
The monopoly on that discovery.
Yeah.
Trinidadians. Is
that the
correct?
right word?
I don't
Somebody
know.
correct
I don't
me.
know.
If it's
It is
not,
now.
it should be now.
Processing.
But yeah, I'll say that this concept is not foreign to you. This game,
All right.
if you will.
I only ask this to judge how amusing that image would be to Ulrich.
Mm-hmm.
This very slender man.
Yes. Do you guys do anything in particular while you're waiting, or just chilling?
I'd like to ask Katie a quick question.
Certainly.
Katie?
Oh, yes, yes, Scribe.
Like I said, you can call me Tim.
Oh, I do apologize.
I just want to make sure you remember, whichever one's easier for you. Honestly, doesn't matter.
All right.
What matters a lot more to me. I saw you went into your tent with your book and you took out this little light source.
Oh,
Can you show that to me?
Oh, yes.
That'll be 2 questions then.
It's fine. She takes out the familiar bag that you'd seen her pluck them from. She opens it up, and you can actually see like a little bit of light comes out of her bag. And she reaches in, she pulls one out. It's about the size of a little bigger than your standard marble, and it just has this light glowing from it. Give me an Arcana roll.
Gladly. We look for my cheese dice. All right, it's in the sack.
This
I didn't
bag.
unpack my dice.
Cheese in the sack.
Yeah.
This bag is it's making my D&D alarms go off.
Arcana 6 plus 16. We are looking at 24.
This, from what you can tell, whoever made these found a way to encapsulate the light spell within a small. She hands it out to you to take. It's it feels like it's. Well, I can't say you would know what it is, but it's essentially in glass. It seems, for the player, I would say glass. For the, yeah. Just on the edges of it, you can see there's some transparency, but the light is quite bright. I can't quite remember the name. I think it's called a sun drop, but I kind of remember.
That's amazing.
Quite useful.
All right, another question.
Mm-hmm.
Are there portable desks in your time? Someone,
Parts?
yeah, any sort of structure really. Could someone perchance carry something small in their pocket and then when they're ready, get it to just, woof, it's big. There's a desk. Or maybe a bed. Oh, what if you did a shack? You could go larger. A house. How much do you know of the magic in your time, really, is my question.
I mean, not too horribly much. I see the Fae do some wild things. I don't think I've ever seen them pull a house out of a bag or anything.
No. I'm more concerned with what humans can do.
Oh,
I can't obtain the power of the Fae. I mean,
right.
even if I did, I wouldn't understand it, and that just defeat the purpose.
Well, I don't think they're meant to be understood, but I agree. There's contraptions, storage bags I've never seen but heard of. Bags of holding. They can hold very large amounts of items. A full desk, I don't think I've ever heard. That's quite large, but yes, they are bags that hold great many things. I don't have one, unfortunately.
Imagine that'd be pretty heavy.
No,
No?
doesn't seem like it, at least.
Got a lot of work to do. Katie, I've got a lot of work to do. Thank you.
I hope it's work you enjoy and I haven't just put a burden on you.
Oh, it's a burden I want.
Oh, okay. All right. Understood. If you want, I have a few of those. You could hold on to that one.
Really?
Yeah, they burn out after a while, but you could use it.
Is there any way to restore it?
If there is, I don't know what it would be.
Okay.
You seem like a smart one, Tim. I'm sure you could figure it out.
Maybe. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go ahead and hold on to that. Like I said, I got a few more. Eventually, the one who has been named as Fitzy, just kind of pushes open her door.
If you're all ready, I got the food ready. It's not a whole lot, but like there's not a ton of options, but there's definitely enough for everybody. If time, just watch your step. Ellie!
And the elven individual comes out. And he pauses, thinks about it. Oh, hold on one second. And he goes back into his house and comes out, and he's putting on some gloves. It's like, all right. Are you all going to go down into the tree?
Is there room for all of us down there?
Yeah. I don't have a place for everybody to sleep, or else I'd offer it to you. But yeah, no, there's room.
Can I check out this ladder and see if it looks like it would hold Cassidy? Because it's normally supporting a halfling.
Give me an investigations roll.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I believe I have a -1 intellect, so
You
that
do.
puts me at 18.
Oh wow. It's a little narrow, but aside from that second to last step, it should hold you okay. You just might have to be a little careful. But she goes down the ladder, and you hear a door open somewhere down there. You're gonna descend.
I imagine this scene where we're all just kind of standing outside of this tree and just looking at each other, waiting for someone to go first.
I'm gonna let you
I'll
guys
go
go
first.
first because I just picture the ladder just collapsing under me. So I'll go last in case.
So you land on all of us?
Well, I mean, if you're still standing at the bottom, I don't know why you would be, but
Go ahead, Tim.
Thank you.
You don't have to roll anything to descend. I'm just waiting for you all to get down the line.
No, I was going to do a perception check.
Oh, for what?
Just to see.
Oh,
Take
as you
notes.
go in?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as you enter into the tree and descend the ladder, you are in a area that is... Now, I did say these trees are larger than the rest, so you are in a room that is about the width of the base of the tree. But directly across from the ladder, like 4 or 5 feet tops in front of you, is a door. Presumably the one you just heard close when Fitzy went back down the ladder. You're going to proceed through the door? Okay. Opening the door, well, first of all, the ladder's seen better days. It's not going to fall apart under everybody, but you could tell it's been there for a while. And as I've stated, that second to last step is especially hazardous. Across from the ladder, you see the large door, and entering through here brings you into a large circular room, roots descending the walls and the floor made of densely packed soil. Lining this circular room are cupboards and counters that are in complete disarray. Pots and pans piled up, dishes stacked in a big wash bin sort of basin. And in the central area of the room is a large circular table with enough chairs to seat you all. And across from where you enter is another door on the other end of the room.
suppose we'll sit down.
Okay. Yeah, you all come in, and the one she keeps calling Ellie, the tall elf with his black and gold eyes, dips his head. He is taller than every doorway you've seen him go through. Just kind of slinks into the room, and has a seat down at the table. Knees are like, up to here when he sits down. But he manages. His arms kind of like around his knees. And Ellie, Fitzy, brings over this large platter. Small girl, she seems pretty small. It's just got the boar on it, like this big boar that has been cooked, and she's, hold on, look how they're touching, it's hot, and puts it on the table. And it's got like berries around it. The berries, it appears when cooked, well, before they were kind of black, but when they've been heated, they turn to this nice purple color. And she's also used the mushrooms to garnish around the pig. And it's just got one big knife in the top of the pig. And she also starts to dispense cups, and the cups have like a dark liquid in them. And she goes,
It's a good thing you got all those berries. I was able to dress up the food, and I was able to make a drink with it.
and she's just putting these wooden cups out with a little makeshift handle on them. Some of the cups, it's as if they were alive in the way that they're made of wood, and like, oh, leaf is sprouting out of the side of this one, or maybe it's got a little bit of a root that comes off the bottom, like they've been growing in this state. And she just walks around the table, puts them down in front of everybody, and she goes,
I don't know how to cut these things, so if one of you guys does, you certainly can. Yeah, have that. Like, this is what I got.
I'm used to much smaller cutlery.
All right. I feel she's talking about butchering the boar. Is that what I'm gathering?
carving.
Carving, right?
Yeah, it's cooked. It's
Right.
This is like a full pig, though. Like,
I mean, no one else is volunteering. I guess Ulrich will try to carve the boar.
Yeah, Cassidy's definitely looking at you, and maybe Tim a little bit, but
Tim's like, this isn't a dissection, so
yeah, what you would roll for this.
Ulrich has broken down large game before, but this is a different. This is only tangentially related.
What did you say, Sora?
I said sleight of hand. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be sleight of hand, or if you want to be fancy, maybe performance for presentation. But
I'd like to roll sleight of hand.
could I argue investigation to try and find the best way to cut the meats?
How about both?
Huh?
How about both? Roll me investigations for what Tim said, and then that will determine the DC of your sleight of hand.
Okay. As a 15 investigation.
Okay. You do find a good spot to.
Oh wait, am I? Oh, never mind.
Okay.
You're in the forest.
Well,
I am in the forest, but it's about
in a tree.
I'm not proficient with investigation, so it doesn't matter anyway.
So go ahead. You find that the back of the boar is probably the best. The rump is the best spot to be cutting. So go ahead and sleight of hand.
That's a 21.
Oh yeah, I mean, you may be used to like gutting large game or whatever, but this is easy. You're just immediately it's the grain. Okay, yeah, we'll just find where the grain is and start carving. Yeah, so you're able to cut and disperse food.
Do I notice anything weird about this boar as I'm cutting it? I'm still kind of suspicious.
What do you? Well, you can give me an investigations roll again.
Another
since
one?
This is something different that we're looking for. But what kind of things are you looking for when you say this?
Well, I rolled a 12, and I guess I'm looking for any kind of like discoloration, or if it like maybe feels weird. or anything like that.
So, determine how Ulrich perceives this at your own will, but
Okay.
it might be a little weird because it is thoroughly cooked. Like it is, like it's not like when you cook over a campfire and there's that
Right.
chaos of the flame, like this was done thoroughly and well. There's a level of what might be perceived as perfection to it. I mean, it might not be perfect, but it's on another level than you're used to.
I'd like to use my primeval awareness. I'll expend a spell slot,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll post the text so you can
Yeah,
get the
because
list
I
of
always forget the
everything.
full list. Well, elementals, as I always say.
Yeah.
And you also detect Fae.
I should have done this sooner.
Mm.
God. Okay. Jesus Christ. Bitsy. That was your name, right?
You're speaking to the halfling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been living here?
Kind of lost count. I don't know. I've been here for about at least 100 years. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you know Ellie all that time? He's saying this as he's like serving on plates and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. We're buddies.
Did you two build this place?
Build this place is sort of a strong way to put it. I would say we grew this place.
Oh.
Except for Bert. Bert
Right.
came with the property.
So, but you had a hand in making this place.
You talking about the trees?
Just in general, it's an
tree
interesting
homes?
place to live. Yeah.
Yeah. We planted the roots and home sweet home.
So, Ellie, why don't you fit in any of it?
Because I'm freakishly tall.
Why didn't you make the doors tall to fit
Well,
you?
it's not that kind of creation. I mean, it's not my fault that the roots only grew that tall.
I'd like to roll insight.
Or the tree. So
Just in general,
you're looking
Sus.
for honesty?
shit's sus. Yeah.
Okay.
Just in
Can-
general.
Can I pick up due to, Ulrich asking questions that he's probably kind of suspicious right now?
I mean, you
'Cause
guys have been
it
traveling with each
follows-
other.
Yeah.
You've been traveling with each other long enough, you might be able to pick up on it. If you're not sure if Tim would pick up on it, you could do an insight check on
I'm
Ulrich.
pretty sure you'd pick up on it.
Okay, yeah, I accept that.
Can I then cast quietly, detect magic ritually, but with my class benefit without the 10 minutes extra?
What is required for detect magic? Or what are the components, I should say?
None. It's verbal and somatic.
Okay, so that you are going to have to give me a stealth roll if you're trying to hide it, because that's, you're speaking and you're doing hand movements. Yeah.
That's a 6.
Fitzy's looking at you, really confused.
Are you okay? What are you doing?
I'm curious about your.
Oh. Well, I mean, you can ask whatever you want.
Questions would take a while, but I'll ask them all the same.
So all I can really say is nature magic. Like
Okay.
the root, the tree, whatever you want to call it, just emanates.
Is this a technique of Fae? We've
Did
got a
I-
woodworker, but I don't think that he could do something like this.
Hold on, before this continues, did I
Yeah.
get an okay on that
Yes. I'm
insight?
sorry. Yes, I apologize. Go ahead and roll that.
No, it's chill. I rolled an 18.
Okay.
Just because I feel like the word "fae" has now been brought up, and I would like to know how they react to that.
So with your insight check, you feel like the information is honest, but there's something else that's not being said.
Okay.
What was the question, Tim? You said, is it Fae?
Yeah, is it derived from Fae? Essentially.
I mean,
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Please.
That's a whole lot better than my stealth. All right, 13.
13. Okay.
yeah, you could say that. It came from Fae. Like it's Arcadian.
Oh.
Are the fae still here?
I mean, they don't live in the overworld. They live in Arcadia.
Oh, what about you? You've arrived at our home.
Let me hold on.
Where?
I want to be clear about something because I sensed fae. I can't sense into Arcadia, correct? I'm asking you this is out of character. It's not clear.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
So if they're trying to suggest that there are no fae here near us in the material plane, I would know that that's wrong. Am I putting this together right?
Yeah. She's just saying they don't live here because you guys
Okay.
are the Fae gone.
Mhm.
But he asked you, what about all of you? Why are you here? We don't get visitors.
We already told you why we're here. We're looking for Thrix.
Right. Sorry. And that's all. You must come from very far away.
It's been a while.
Are you lost?
Never lost.
Hmm.
We've got Ulrich. We can't get lost.
Oh.
he's
Bit of a
he's looking around at the tree. And he looks down at his plate.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a magical aura around my meat?
No.
No?
There's
Okay.
not. Oh my god. Damn it. God damn it, Colby.
I've been waiting on that one. Kind of soaking, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Rena is not eating the meat. She's just picking at like the berries and any fruits or whatever vegetables. Yeah.
The berries are very tart. Edible. Not horrible, but they are very tart.
Ooh. Tim's digging in now.
Yeah.
While in the middle of, starting to eat, Cassidy will clarify to Ellie, say like, no, we're not lost per se. We're just farther from home than we've ever been.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's important that we find some help. So we're going the distance.
Well, hopefully Bert can assist you with that.
It's too bad we're not
on-
still going for speed. Can't.
I haven't heard anything yet. He usually takes his time when he starts asking around.
Are there a lot of other magical trees like Bert?
I don't believe he's magical, but I think he's just a creature of the forest, but I don't think I've ever met any other birds.
I've never known a tree that, well, it's not a common thing as far as I'm concerned to hear of a tree that can communicate. So
I just assumed he spoke to the other trees.
I guess they should be able to do that, huh? Seems like they do.
A root network, if you would.
Grass does it. I know that much.
What?
Pardon?
Yeah. Grass. Yeah. You've seen the root network on grass? My heavens. So,
Oh,
my goodness.
I suppose I never took a close look.
Oh, they interlink. It's amazing. They don't grow that deep, though.
Mm.
Probably pretty shallow conversationalists.
They are eating, by the way. I will clarify. Like Ellie and Fitzy are eating.
Doesn't change what I'm doing at all.
I thought of it though when you said
yeah.
it, and I was like, someone might ask this question, so I want to clarify because I don't think I said it. What's Rarissa doing?
She's probably just kind of like taking in everything around the table, eating, like looking at Tim and Ulrich. Okay, what's going on here?
Fitzy looks at you, Rarissa, and she goes,
You got a lot of knives.
Can never be too prepared.
I suppose that's true.
If I
I
throw
like-
one and then I can't get it back, I want to have another one.
That's a perfectly valid point.
Not point.
I can't wrong that. You're right. I should hold like an extra serving spoon on me or something in case I.
It's
Yeah.
Who's the Fae that's nearby?
I mean,
give me a persuasion roll, Ulrich.
I'd like to. I guess I'll see how I roll first, right? Before I use my
Sure.
inspiration, because I care. Persuasion is just a +1. I rolled a 19, so
Oh shit! Okay, that's great.
it's a 19 total, to be clear.
Darn.
She looks at Ellie, and he says, "We're the only Fae here, darling."
Didn't feel the need to tell. Is Katie in here, by the way?
Mm-hmm.
How does Katie react to this information?
She has this look of, like, okay.
Like that makes sense.
Like she wasn't, yeah, like that makes sense. Maybe she wasn't 100% sure.
Well,
And she points at Ellie and she goes, "Winter Court." And he says, "Formally, yes."
What's
so
is there a season for each court?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cassidy's just eating with eyes wide.
Cassidy, maybe you should stop.
Is that an issue?
I don't know. Would you be willing to share about these courts?
Well, I owe them no loyalty anymore. I don't mind.
Is my 18 insight, is that still like up? Like I'm dubious.
He does seem to be pretty careless with his words. I think is the best way to put it. Like he's just throwing it out there. Like
Okay.
there's no stress on this man. I will say that you would say like whatever they were holding back, like this is
Okay.
part of it, if not the whole thing.
All right.
Did you have a question?
Yeah. I mean, as much as you're willing to share, Tim shoves his mouth full of some meat. He grabs out a book, wipes his hand, gets ready to write. So what? Sorry, that was rude. I'm just really excited. Okay, you listed the Winter Court. What does this court do? Quick synopsis in general. Or you can explain the general purpose of the courts and then go over the specifics of each individual one.
Oh my.
As much as you're willing to share.
While this is going on, Ulrich takes his plate, he spears all of the meat, and he puts it on Cassidy's plate. And he'll just eat the berries and like foliage that he foraged.
Okay. The courts don't have specific purposes. Each court just has its own personality, affected by their great leader's mantle, if you will.
Okay. Writes down.
So, but it's whatever we wish. Please, ask a question so I know how to answer. I know my own better than my past court better than most.
I don't even know where to begin.
Can we trust you?
I have no reason to have any ill will towards you. I am not as murderous as some of my brethren. So, don't worry, I didn't poison the pig. I don't have a blade in my scabbard.
Rena looks down at her plate and she's just like, "Oh, I'm not eating this to be rude. I just only like fish. Sorry. I didn't even put that together."
Rolls insight.
Smiles at you. You're inciting Rena.
I mean, she's telling the truth.
Okay. What is a court's position? Why are they there? What do they deal with? What authority do they have?
Oh, well.
I know
when
that people go to them. Do they hold just some sort of power?
When it's their time to be in power, they're in power.
Over Arcadia, I believe?
Over the Fae and whatnot. As much control as you could have over the place. But when your time comes, you are more powerful than the other. Not necessarily the individuals, but their ruling class.
So it's like a set of elders that changes out every season with some sort of magical oomph.
Are you using the term elder as like the age?
More of a sort of title. That's the only thing I can really equate it to.
No, I can't remember all of their names, but we didn't call them elders in the Winter Court. In the Winter Court, if our ruling leader was of a feminine persuasion, if you will, her name became Kedalia. And if it was someone of a more masculine persuasion, Cadalian. Just depending on their preference.
Interesting.
They would no longer be who they once were. They would become this new entity as they bared the mantle of the Winter Court.
Do they lose all sort of identity, or well, clearly not all, because
No.
they're masculine or feminine tends to take something. But do they lose a majority of their identity?
No, it's still there, but they go under the new name, and their personality shifts a bit from what I've
So it is
witnessed.
affected.
To a degree.
Okay. I think I'm satisfied for now. Thank you.
Yes, certainly.
Stop that.
Oh, what?
What did you just roll
dice?
for? What'd you
Yeah.
roll for?
Don't worry about it.
Don't
Tim's
worry.
gonna reach into his book, and tear out a page, and he's gonna hand it to the elf guy. It's a drawing, kind of rough, of Bert from the outside perspective.
Oh, that's lovely. I will have to frame it. Thank you.
I'm flattered.
Oh, well, what else do you do with illustrations and paintings and things of that matter? You frame them, right?
I run out of wall space, so I just kind of roll them up.
All right. And he's taking time every now and then to eat, of course. What are the rest of you doing?
Cassidy's trying to get through her double portion of meat on her plate
You
so as
seem
to
to
not
be
offend
enjoying
the
it.
hosts.
Yeah.
Rena's gonna take her portion and just onto Cassidy's plate too.
I'm just gonna go. Oh,
Hey, Cassidy, pass some of that over here.
yeah, okay.
With whatever's
Gotta
left.
have my meats.
With whatever's left, Rena's looking at the plate and looking at all her going, you picked this, right? This came from the... Okay, alright, cool. Like...
Oh. So should I make like a con roll or anything for
inhaling
how
all that
terrible I
food.
feel after getting
Sure.
absolutely over?
I know well, you're not going to take watch anyway, but I'm not taking first watch. I'm going to have to pass out for a while.
Do I want to roll high or low for a con
High.
save for
Hi.
like resisting the effects
Yeah.
of whatever?
Yeah, hi. I only ever ask you to low roll if you're resisting to wake up or whatever.
7.
Oh, yeah. You're gonna sleep good. You're probably aching a bit.
It's Thanksgiving.
I kind of like turn my face away and try not to look at the plate with the meat on it after Rena puts it on my plate. I'm just like,
Cassidy, you can finish this. You got this.
Are you all right there? You sure you want any more?
I can't. No.
That's all right. You
It's-
ate a lot already.
Yeah, it's not gonna be pretty if I keep eating.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
Unless you have more to discuss with these individuals, your meal will be over when you're ready for it to be over.
Thank you so much for bringing us in and feeding us.
Hey, thanks for Well, I know you didn't do it yet, but thanks for offering to fix my step and the nice little necklace there for Ellie.
And he's wearing it. He's like, He's just kind of like petting at the coins.
Yeah, it's surprisingly pleasant. Find such agreeable company out in the middle of the wilds.
Well, I mean, it's all about hospitality, right? And we don't really get people to be hospitable to. There's nothing out here. that we've noticed. So, but hopefully, whatever Bert finds is helpful. Hopefully, Bert can send you in the right direction. He's an old guy. He knows lots of, I don't know, trees, bushes, whatever talking trees know. Moss. I don't know.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So he can speak to the other trees and plants, but what information could they possibly convey if they're trees and plants? I mean,
nature sees everything, doesn't it?
I don't know. I didn't think trees or moss saw anything.
I love moss.
I don't know.
I
how
step
it
on
works.
moss.
It probably hurts.
I imagine it's okay.
It's we
Plants
step on all
are-
kinds of plants in the forest,
You do.
and it hurts them all.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm sitting in my chair and I just kind of lift my feet up and look around.
Oh, it's just dirt. It's
I
just
packed
packed
dirt.
Yeah.
Plants are generally smarter than you think.
Fitzy points at you like,
He knows.
I don't. Okay, I'm not gonna. Yeah. Now my stomach and my head hurts.
Oh, we went and filled them both up. Look at that. It's all right. I'm sure a good rest will do you just fine.
Yeah. If I make it up that ladder.
What a nutritious dinner.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Now-
As like I said, it's been a while, so.
I have a follow-up question.
Oh,
As far as the plants are concerned, I don't have a way to hear them, but do they hear me?
I don't know. I mean, maybe, probably.
I wonder if they understand us.
People are pretty loud.
Yeah.
The forest is watching.
And listening. Okay.
Alaric-
Ren's sneaking away.
Ooh.
I'm going up.
Okay.
I will roll a sneak.
If you roll really bad, I'm going to tell you to watch that step.
what'd you roll?
What'd you roll?
I'm gonna use my inspiration because I got a
Really?
total of 9.
For going
A
up a
miss?
ladder.
There it is.
Yep. Yeah. And now I'm at a 21, so that's better.
Ooh.
I'm sneaking away.
Okay.
Goodbye,
Noted.
inspiration.
Goodbye.
Rena vanishes into thin air.
Noted. Okay.
I didn't keep the plate. I left it there. I should feel like
Yeah.
I have to. I'm not stealing
no.
their plate.
No wooden plates.
No.
Okay. And the rest of you?
No. Alaric is going to sit quietly until it's time for us to be done.
Okay. Well, like I said, when you're ready to retreat, you may
Mhm.
retreat. Like they're not.
Yeah, I'll I said thank you, so
Yeah.
I'll just kind of bow out and
Marissa, Tim, anything else?
Nothing comes
Marissa
to mind.
Marissa will probably say thank you and then head out too.
Did you head on up? Anthea's like the last one. She goes,
They seemed really nice. I mean, it was a little weird, but they seemed really nice.
A lot of things seem nice.
A lot of things seem really weird, too.
I think those are my favorite.
It's a good thing there's a lot of it then.
Yeah. What a time to be alive, right, Anthea?
she just smiles like she's pleased with this assessment.
You talk to Katie, and apparently they've got so much stuff figured out. They've got these little spheres of light that they can just carry around. And we're here before all that. We get to figure it out.
Hmm.
We get to go that far. We get to get them there. Or at least be a part of the process.
That's intense.
No, we're
Once-
actually outside. The tents are right over there.
Oh.
Once we're all alone and away from Ellie and Fitzy,
Mm-hmm.
Alaric will say to the group, "We're still having watch tonight, 2 by 2 as usual. I don't trust them."
No matter where you are, it's probably a good idea to have your guard up at least a little bit.
Eventually, I mean, after you said this, not at the same time, Ellie makes his way up and over into his tree, and he just gives you all this sweeping bow, kicks the door open behind him, and just kind of shuffles backwards, shuts the door.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Because I left before everybody, I know it wasn't that long, but I was trying to say, like, basically she's sneaking out while everyone was still having that finishing conversation, I guess.
Mhm.
My brain is not functioning at all tonight. Are
You're
there
fine.
any, like, nearby streams or anything? Like, can I hear running water from where we are? Stream, river, anything like that?
No, not. You don't hear anything near here.
Damn it. I wanted to
Unfortunate.
fish.
If you want to start digging, you might be able to find a spring, but I don't think that's going to solve your issue.
No, not at all.
Underwater fish.
Well,
A fish?
Ren is sitting
Mud
up in a
fish.
tree. For fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
For fun? Okay.
yeah, just for fun.
All right. Okay. No worries. Who's going to take a watch with Ulrich?
Oh, I guess me.
Okay. Falls out of tree. Ah! Okay. You guys can give me perception rolls as your night starts.
Perception in the forest.
I should have saved my inspiration.
What'd you roll?
It's a total of 9 again.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay.
Thankfully,
Number
one
nine.
of us can see.
Rena, it's quiet. You don't pick up on anything in particular. Ulrich, nothing out of the ordinary happens during your watch. You do hear singing. Not anything familiar, but you hear singing coming from Ellie's tree.
Oh.
Not as you could probably discern that he doesn't sound as good as he thinks he does.
Okay.
I'm eating some hardtack
Okay.
because I munched on berries and leaves.
Yum.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
That's a fucking throwback. I haven't heard anybody say hardtack in a while.
I'm assuming that's
Throwback.
what we have. So-
Throwback to when JT was in the Civil War. Is that like
No, like
Throwback to what?
previous campaigns
Yeah.
when they ate
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of hardtack.
Yeah. It's like
Say,
all
like,
we lived off of.
this
I've
brings back memories of the continental rations. Like
I've actually looked up recipes for hardtack out of curiosity, just to be like, what if we tried to make these for a
Mm-mm,
live
it's
session?
disgusting.
I'd
good.
try it. I'd make it try it for sure. If you have anything to say amongst the two of you, you may, or you can go wake up whoever else you're going to get for watch.
You
Boar
think you
looked
guys
really
would
good.
learn to put me on first watch?
You took too much meat last night. You gotta rest.
Mhm.
She's looking at the hardtack and she's just like, wow, that boar looked really good.
Didn't you eat a little bit?
She ate the berries and
Oh, it's just berries.
the various berries and whatever around vegetables. I don't know, whatever else there was.
There
Whatever
was a
Ulrich
scarce
picked.
amount of mushrooms.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever Ulrich brought back, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't know why I thought you said you took a bite.
When we get back home, we'll go hunting and we'll get a boar.
I mean, I'm Yeah, we could do that, but I actually meant it when I said I only really like fish. Or I only eat fish. I wasn't lying about that.
Alright, well then, we'll get back and you can go fishing.
Be nice. That's the stress relief. That's probably why I'm so stressed right now. It's been a couple days.
Okay.
And, yeah. Rena, we'll get through.
Yeah. Hope so. Time to go wake people up, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try Cassidy.
No, I'll get my sister.
I'll get Tim.
Yeah.
You're learning.
Yep.
The immovable rock remains
Yeah.
immovable.
Mm.
Riri, wake up. Please, wake up. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, okay.
Ulrich sits down next to Tim, and he says, "Oh, Katie, that looks interesting. What kind of magic is that?"
You hear from behind you, "Oh, it was just one of the little light bulbs again."
Okay, thanks, Katie. Tim, you're on watch.
He burps, and he's like, "All right." Ooh, I didn't taste so bad the second time around.
I don't know if anyone, I'm sure a lot of people have seen Hunger Games, but where, like, in the actual games, Katniss, like, tied herself to the tree to sleep in it.
Oh, yeah.
Rena's doing that tonight.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's not a bad idea. I have to remember that.
Very interesting.
Anybody know how to work some makeup?
blend in with them.
You mean decorate cakes? Same skill set?
Yeah, yeah. Where's this man getting icing in the middle of the fucking forest? Okay.
All right. Well, Katie's gonna join Tim and Marissa because she was actually awake.
Mhm.
Well, she just sits
Damn it.
down with the two of you.
Damn it.
What?
I can't have a conversation with Jules with Katie there.
Why? You've already talked about the talking necklace, haven't you?
I think we have.
Did we? Did we
Yeah.
invite Katie? Well,
pretty sure.
I don't. I think Carissa asked if she'd ever heard about a being, but was it mentioned?
Yeah, but I
feel like
can't.
It was.
I don't know how.
Okay.
I can't talk freely with her.
Well, okay. Well, we can say that she's not here then. That's fine. I can redact
Okay.
that. That's okay. I
Okay.
want you to be able
Thank
to have
you.
that conversation. So,
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Mhm.
Got to keep activities with Katie to the daylight. She's married.
Oh my.
Ooh,
I just
All
want
right.
Katie, we
never
Wow.
asked her
can't keep
husband's
meeting
name.
like this.
What was that? What was that, Rena?
I said you never asked her husband's name. It could be Tim.
Wow.
Well, I've already mentioned that that's my name, and she didn't volunteer anything.
Mm.
Maybe she didn't want to. Maybe she's scared. Hmm.
I will point out that I don't think she's heard Ulrich's name yet.
If she was sitting at the table, she did.
Oh, yeah.
Tim.
Did
Uh,
I mention it?
You
I
did.
know.
actually,
think her-
Rena mentioned Ulrich's name in the previous session in
I
front
did
of
too.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I
Well-
didn't say it in front of the
Probably
Fae.
It's alright. If we die, we die.
Fine. It's totally fine.
Jesus.
I like the attitude. All right. Should we make our rolls or should we have our conversation?
Whichever you would like to do first.
Oh, that tells me it's going to be peaceful. What do you think, Marissa?
Definitely tempt fate by saying it for sure.
Let's roll and find out.
Fucking around and
Everybody,
finding out is my favorite.
Really gonna rub it before I throw it, though.
Oh.
I love that you actually
Ooh.
throw it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're throwing into, but it's an amusing idea to me.
24.
Ooh.
Thank God.
Why would you roll, Tim?
6.
You Tim, I think you just got too much in your head. You've had a lot of information overload today,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you are processing that in this time however best you can.
Yeah. Loaded head.
Rarissa, it's an uneventful night. It's pretty calm. You hear the singing too, coming from the tree. Again, probably not as good as he thinks he is, but he's
Still singing?
Yeah.
passionate. He's elven, like they only need 4 hours.
He's just gonna kind of whisper, like, I hope I sound better than that.
I don't think I heard that either.
No.
No, he probably didn't. But it's very peaceful here, oddly enough. Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah, go ahead.
All right. Where were we? Right. Conversation with Jules.
Hmm.
You up for this? Being the mediator, Marissa?
Ask away.
Okay. Back when he still retained, I assume, a humanoid form, you've stated that he is Elven, I believe? Is that widely known knowledge in the group?
Yeah. No, actually.
No,
I
actually,
think that was
gosh,
only
talk
between
to-
Marissa and Rena. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll rephrase the question. Did he ever have a humanoid form? Or has he always been some sort of encapsulated entity?
Well, we kind of talked this out with Rena. He was elven.
Oh.
She'd stop
like to
messing
kn-
with him. Be like, I'm sorry, I'm messing with your view, aren't I?
It's all right. I've gotten used to it over the years.
I'm gonna quote some stuff in Elven real quick, just like a short tale or rhyme, and I'd like to see how I do. See if he can judge me.
Okay. So you're trying to recite something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just give me,
Basically, just like whatever I learned Elven from.
and you're just testing to see how your dialect is, basically.
Yes, essentially.
Okay. And it's a story you're telling, like.
Essentially. It'd probably be a line of poetry or a story or something like that.
He's Oh, that's quite lovely.
She would just be like, yeah, he thinks you did a lovely job.
Fantastic. All right. An elf. How long did he live?
Oh,
In humanoid form.
Oh yes. Perhaps a few hundred years. Yeah,
About right,
about a few hundred years is about my lifespan. That before this.
What? How many do you think in here?
Yeah,
I
good
don't-
question. Thank you.
I'm not particularly sure. I mean, we live for so long. It's hard to say that. Well, I haven't aged. Of course, I haven't. My lifespan's so long, but my interpretation of time. I mean, for after so many days or years or whatever, it's hard to tell. I mean, I think I was face down in the dirt for a lot of the time.
No way of keeping time in that? You can't.
No.
Are you? Guess there's no way for you to like tick on a wall or something. I don't know what you're doing in there.
No. it's
Few
very
hundred years. Other than that, no, not sure.
Okay. Speaking of walls, does he have like a wall in there? Or does he like have a space where he envisions himself and he's inside of it? Or is he just the actual crystal itself?
It's like
Does he see a window?
It's like I've been trapped inside of small prism for a long time, but I could see through it. I can see outside of where I am.
So, like, being like a tiny hut with a small opening, basically.
Yes, I suppose that is a good way to put it. Yes, I have a flat surface that I sit or pace on, and I've pretty much got a full view all around.
Oh, so like you can see your physical self,
Yes.
sort of.
Yes.
Do you look the same as you did in your physical form? Do you perceive yourself the same way?
I don't quite have a mirror. But my body still looks the same. The hair on my arms hasn't turned white or gray yet, so I don't think it's been horribly long.
You got hair on your arms?
A little bit.
Very faint, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. It's very fair.
Okay. What did you do when you had a physical form?
Killed people.
Oh. Any particular people? Or was it with very little abandon?
Rarissa, I like this man that you travel with, but shall I indulge?
I mean, please, I respect you even more for that.
Well, I just, I know I'm always here, but sometimes it's hard to gauge when I'm not directly interacting. But as you said, I trust you. You have yet to break my little prism. But anyway, before being encapsulated inside of this thing, I was a member of a group located in the city of Thrix known as the Noctis Umbra. We were a group of assassins and mercenaries that were for hire. If you wanted a job done correctly, and you had the money, care of it. We were very skilled. That's why I know so much about daggers.
He would be like, he's the one that kind of helped start my collection.
That's intimidating. Wow.
Thank you.
He's taught me how to pick a good dagger anyway.
You're a good learner.
Thanks, Jules.
Can I assume for all this that I'm basically hearing what, for the most part, that JT is saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because Rarissa would just basically repeat everything. So.
Okay. I like that. I just didn't want to assume too far. So no real ties to loyalty to anyone but your faction, I'd imagine.
Yes. We did have some frequent customers that we like to work for because they always paid, but no, just my brethren and I, like a family.
Did you
Thanks
like
for
your
being
family?
willing to teach me, by the way. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Please.
Teach you what?
Stuff that you know.
I mean, we take it one step at a time, but we can go over it sometime. And to answer Sir Tim's questions, yes. As I said, we were like a family. I loved them dearly. They were very good to me, and I was very good to them. I miss them terribly. I only hope that they are in some sort of situation better than the one that I'm in. No offense, dear.
None taken, Jules. It's fine.
In this situation, I don't think I could be with a better individual, but I also would prefer not to be stuck in here.
You've made my heart swell, Jules. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So let it swell too much. I hear they burst if they do.
I think I've got some room to grow.
Couple sizes.
Maybe.
Ah!
Okay. Assassinations. Wow. And to think that, I mean, obviously there was business, you know? Otherwise you wouldn't have been established.
Oh, yes.
How large was this group? If you can share that information.
Well, there was only, including myself, there was 7 of us.
7.
Kept it small. Gets too big and then, well, people aren't
Messy.
held accountable. It gets messy. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Going back on something,
Yes.
I'm guessing you don't know what happened to anyone else then besides yourself.
No.
Sort of? Happened to yourself?
I remember being alone. I was in the forest. I believe I was on a job. All of the details are fuzzy, but something caught my attention, and then here I am. I've tried not to sit on it for too long. I don't know what good it would do me.
Well, I hope you don't take offense to this, but I'm kind of glad I didn't meet the same fate when you caught my attention.
Oh yes, that would be terrible. That would be terrible.
Likewise. Now. Yeah, I think that'd be like banging your head against the wall. Okay. Were there other factions that you could tell us about in Thrix?
Oh, I mean, not like ours.
No, I imagine you probably didn't share much business.
No. There were
Competition could probably be pretty easily eliminated.
Yes, I mean there were little petty thugs and things like that. That again, we did not discriminate our contracts. Sometimes Erdul or Tessith would have an issue with a contract and would just refuse to take it. So one of us would instead, it's understandable. Sometimes morals, but other groups. I mean, there were some guilds and things like that in the city, but they didn't really affect us. They just had their schools of profession and etc. That they did whatever they do. I don't know. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention unless I had to kill one of them.
Mm-hmm. Did you have the same noticeable elemental fluctuations that we seem to have here today?
At a time. But we had fairly good protection in the city.
So they managed to find a way to protect themselves from
it? To go out into nature, if you would, was hazardous. If not the same, possibly a little bit worse than it is now. Actually, I would lean towards worse. Yeah. A lot of our jobs were in the city, not outside of it. On occasion, somebody would be bold enough to go out and do something foolish, and we'd have to go after them. But within the walls of Thrix, we were well off. Not to be rude, but we're actually in a much better place than your village. I mean, I haven't even seen any of you look in a mirror, let alone glass.
What?
See, that's what I mean. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Takes out the little sphere. Have you seen anything like this? I hand it to Rarissa so she can hold it up to Jules.
I mean, it looks like a ball of light. It could be some sort of magical ball. I don't know. Rarissa, can you tap on it with your nail, dear?
You'd just be like, boop.
Yeah, it sounds like glass.
Okay. And how is that made?
Something to do with sand. I'm not exactly sure.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sand?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I'm going, mm-hmm.
Wow.
She would just be nodding for that part, like.
It's the simplest things, I guess, you overlook. Take for granted.
Yes, you got some more experiments to run.
Yeah. I mean, look, all of our life basically comes from the dirt. So cows eat it, plants grow in it.
Made of the earth, that's what they say. Made of the ground.
Look over at Cassidy.
Lucky she's sleeping.
Well, that's literal.
Well, I mean, sorry, no, don't break the rule.
I did.
I can't. Well, I pride myself on not doing that because I'm antisocial, I guess. I don't think I have any other questions right now.
Well, hopefully answers to any other questions may be able to be found in the great city of Thrix. Hopefully.
You have no idea how long ago you were there, do you?
No. I can't gauge how long I've been in here. I once tried making marks on the insides of these walls, but after a quick nap, they were gone, so...
Yeah.
Do you feel any sort of disturbance or effects to that prism? Are you connected to it on a sensational level?
So do you mean like if she taps on the necklace, do I feel the reverberations or...
Yeah, that, and have you ever felt pain due to any sort of physical interaction to it? Though I guess you probably wouldn't want to tell me that. You might not fully trust me, which is fair.
I have to... I must say I'm not sure. I never thought of...
No, you can think on it.
I think I will.
Okay. Enough of
Might not work,
Jules.
but I'm gonna try something.
I think you have some pork stuck in your teeth, dear.
I guess it didn't work.
Well, no, biting the crystal didn't hurt.
Sure, if you'd feel even like the slightest pinch or something. I didn't really go hard.
Only a bit of claustrophobia.
Yeah, giving you a new view.
Jules discovers war.
What was that?
What?
Jules discovered.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, now I have to go back and watch the whole
Yurko,
fucking
no.
video.
God.
You say something about a bonus hole?
You did what with that crystal?
Oi.
You put it in your mouth?
Ah, thank you.
Better than some other holes it could go into.
Anyway,
Oh.
All right. Tim is
Jules.
satiated.
we'll let this fade out here as the rest of the night goes on, and we're gonna stop and take a break.
Yeah, break time.
Always ask for consent, guys.
Time.
Break.
Also, Diff, no. Wait, I might have said that
You-
cows eat dirt, but,
You did.
yeah. Okay. They eat the plants that come from it.
That's the impression I got as well, anyway.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hi.
So,
Hello.
the night comes to a close, and I have to do some rolls. So, please, as morning comes,
What?
Sanity rolls?
you know what? I'm gonna say no. No sanity roll needed
Thank
this
God.
time. In a way, you are in some. I will make the exception that you are in some small form of civilization. You have others around you that will give you some sort of air of comfort. So we'll pass on that right now. I have other roles I have to determine that I do at the start of every in-game day. So, you
No.
guys, the sun is starting to rise. Tim, Rarissa, you see this. Please rouse the troop and roleplay as you wish.
Can I roll to see if
Hey,
I stayed in the tree okay?
give me a sleight of hand for those knots you tied, I guess.
Alright, hold on. Let's see. I'm hanging out the tree just like Amy. Except Amy did out of the fucking truck. I rolled a 2.
Oh yeah, you're probably hanging from the tree.
A
Wouldn't
total
you
of
wake
7.
up though?
That looks uncomfortable.
No.
Hey guys.
What?
Listen. Did it just not turn on? You bitch.
What?
What?
What's happening?
The music's breaking on
Oh.
me.
Ah!
Scared us.
Thunder.
I hear thunder.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
like it.
There's a thunderstorm. Everybody roll me a d20.
Oh, we all know
Dude.
what that means.
Don't be surprised if someone rolls a 1. You got 5 people rolling 1s every time there's thunder.
Protect me, Talia.
Oh.
Actually, the where I'm getting that name from was the Percy Jackson books, and Talia was, I believe, a daughter of Zeus.
Mhm.
So.
Ah.
Did Renna roll a 1? What's that face for?
I'm just stressed. I rolled a 7. My rolls
Oh,
are shit
okay.
this session. I don't know what's going on.
Did anybody roll a 1? You know why you're rolling this. Okay. So it is pouring. I can't hear the ambience, and it's really throwing me off. I'm going to refresh my browser. So it is pouring, though. It refreshed me in the wrong place, and I hate this.
And Rena's hanging from the tree.
Yep. Yeah, the water probably loosened getting wet, loosened the ropes, and
It's so uncomfortable.
She's
There
still
we go.
asleep,
Now
just
I-
dangling?
Yeah, I imagine it's probably like by like her waist or her stomach, and she's just like ragdolling.
Grab my quarterstaff. Act like she's
Okay.
a pinata.
Ulrich's gonna climb up there. Do I need a roll to climb or?
No, this is
Rainy tree.
amusing. Please continue.
Okay. Ulrich, he's gonna climb up there, and he takes a moment to consider his options here. And then he decides to just gently bat Rena's face like a cat.
You mean like what she did to him?
Like, yeah, like exactly what she did to him.
Go away, Mom. I don't want to clean the bathroom again.
The bathroom's filthy, Rena, and it's your fault. You gotta wake up.
What the fuck? She just wakes up. And she just looks down. And then looks back up. She's like...
Somewhere between the two of there, the looking down and the looking up, you're gonna see Ulrich, who just the most amused little smirk on his face.
I hate it here. I want to go back home.
You should hold on to something before I cut you loose.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I guess she's just gonna...
Grab a branch or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't cut the rope. You're gonna compromise it.
Yeah.
Help her back up to the limb so she can untie it.
Fine. All
So
right.
it's probably smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, I do have mending, so, but still.
He'll offer his hand and like, I mean, I don't know the best way, but like gymnast style, like you can push up on him and get yourself back into your
The branch.
spot. Yeah.
She shall accept.
Mm-hmm.
See, I thought this was a good idea.
How do your
It
legs
seemed
feel?
like a good idea.
I like Jello.
It's like half your body like asleep.
Yeah.
Can you walk?
Oh no, I'm on a
Poorly.
tree branch. I don't want to. she'll
Poorly is the answer.
she'll untie herself and then just try to climb down the tree.
Oh my gosh.
Ulrich will be climbing down with you because it kind of feels like you're gonna fall at any moment.
Listen, it was a good idea.
It was a good idea.
Poorly executed.
Hey, just because something doesn't work out doesn't mean it was a bad idea.
It's fair. That's fair.
Except for those times when what you did tried was really stupid.
Well, yeah, when it was a bad idea, it was a bad idea.
Anytime I think of rope and then tying myself to it, it's just John and Amy. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tied
Yeah.
yourself to the rope, but forgot to tie it to the tree.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
just
but
a
in this
fashionable
case-
belt.
Yeah.
In this case, it's a semi-truck. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're breaking down camp. What's Bert the tree doing?
At this previous moment, nothing. Brain. Okay. Ellie opens the door. It's coming down a bit hard out here. Are you planning to leave?
That was the plan.
You're just going to walk through the rain.
We do it pretty often.
All right,
We
very
just
well.
have to go slow.
Well, I haven't repaired the ladder yet, and we
Oh, I'll
haven't
get the ladder.
got word from Bert yet.
Right.
Great.
No,
we'll
that's
take care of those first.
okay. You take care of that. I'll wake up the tree. He goes. You see, and he walks over. And he's like on Bert as you're setting off to do what you do. I was checking something really quick. So, Tim, you're gonna go mend the step.
Yeah, I had an idea for that, though. I'd like
Certainly.
to give this a shot. Experiment, if you will. I'd like to find a bit of vine.
Mm-hmm.
Something pretty flexible, as I know vines are. They're not very easy to cut or to break.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, unless you've got something pretty sharp. I'll probably enlist Rarissa's help to get some, or would have. But the step that I'm mending, I'd like to wrap that around it before I cast mending to see if I can get it to bind.
To bind to it.
Let's see. Mending. So I know you can put 2 halves of a broken key, torn cloak, wineskin. Not bigger than 1 foot in dimension. This wouldn't be magical. I figure there's worn. These steps are probably worn anyway, so the missing mass. If I can bring in the mass that's missing and help to replace it, maybe there's a
So-
way to give this some more flexibility. But it's up to you.
You know what? I'm on the fence as to if this is pushing the barriers of the spell or not. Like I could see where your concept is here.
I do like to
and I
push those
don't hate
boundaries.
it. Yeah, I know, and I don't hate the concept. I think it's unique. But because I feel like we're pushing this spell a little bit beyond its boundaries, I want you to give me, roll me a d20, add your spell modifier to see if you can push it that extra bit further.
Oh. That spell modifier,
Mm-hmm.
not attack bonus, right?
Right.
All right. That is a 21.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, I would say with a roll that high, you're able to basically, the vine grips onto the worn cracks and crevices that have gone into this rung or step, whatever you want to call it, over the years, and it almost makes like a grip for it, but you feel like it's bounded together rather well.
Okay. And then I'd like to call the halfling over. What was her name?
Fitzy.
Fitzy!
Fitzy. All right. Fitzy.
Oh, you got it fixed. Ooh, it's green now.
Maybe even improved. Bounce on it.
Okay.
Actually, bounce on the first step first, and then bounce on that one. I want to see the difference.
Okay.
He's gonna roll acrobatics for Fitzy. She's gonna get a 1.
And break it?
She jumps on that first one a few times, and you could see it's like doing like one of these whenever she jumps on. It doesn't break, but it's pretty close. And then
I wonder how that step broke.
And then she goes up to the next one, the one that you repaired, and it's a lot more firm. It's not bowing or anything. Like, it seems to have done the trick quite well.
All right. Would it be pushing it too far if I were to try the same thing again with a rolling as well for the first step?
You mean to do it again? I would have you do it again. Roll again, yeah.
Okay. If you're all right with it, I'll do that,
Yeah,
and
go
we'll
ahead.
get that out of the way. That one is not as well. That's only a 9. I guess it's not happening.
So that's a total of 9?
Total of 9.
Oh, yeah, this one does not hold as well as the previous one. But the first one's not broke, so.
All right, thank you for entertaining me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, this is great. That's gonna stay in one piece for a long time.
I
Thank
think
you.
so. Glad to help, Fitzy.
Hey, Ellie, they fixed the step.
And I mean, those of you that are up top, like, you actually hear her over the rain, like, she's quite loud. And he doesn't verbally acknowledge her, but he just kind of goes like this, and I'm not going to pretend I'm yelling because of the weather right now, but just imagine that he is. Eventually, the tree, you see the familiar markings in the tree just kind of like open, the eyes open, and the mouth kind of forms. You notice that there's actually moss, like a mustache.
A mustache?
A moss stash, yes. And he's... You were supposed to be getting information for our friends, our guests, and... Brain is processing how to word this, sorry.
Fuck, I wish Russ Pie was here.
Keep going in a northwest direction. A city of stone sits among the forest. Gesundheit.
Yeah.
Is this like a Ron Swanson tree?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Is there anything else that you could tell us?
Is it still standing?
Nope. I don't. I only report what I hear.
You did say that there was a city of stone.
The
So there is
city
someone
of
for us to go.
stone rests amongst the forest. Northwest.
Did they say if there were people there?
Nope.
Is that the city of Thrix?
No. The trees don't talk as much as I do. Speaking riddles. Damn conifers.
Whoa. Hey, man.
I can see what I want. I'm a tree, damn it.
You can't just call people conifers.
They're not people, they're trees. Been going to too many of those tree spark sermons.
All right. This is good. There is a place that we're going to. Hopefully we'll find something.
That's along the same path we've been traveling, is it not?
But at least we have confirmation that there's still something there for us to find.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if that was in or out of character, Cassidy, but yes.
It was in.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news then, yeah?
It's good news.
Better than them telling us there's nothing out there.
True. I think we should get going.
All right.
Do any of us, Tim, have you been making any type of mapping or anything of our travels to give us an idea of where we've gone, or are we just operating based on landmark?
I'm doing the best I can. Cataloging through annotation and articulation with some side little, what do you call them?
Diagrams?
Drawings.
Yeah.
Diagrams too. Mostly little sketches of landmarks and such that we pass that I distinguish. Some things aren't as unique as others.
Bitsy and Ellie, do you mind if we stop in on our way home?
I don't mind. I always like having company. It's been so long. So it was a real treat having you all here, and thanks again for fixing the fence. Or ladder.
That was the DM fucking up, but...
Tim gives a bow. Glad to be of service. Thank you for your help and your hospitality. Dinner last night was amazing.
Oh,
I don't know how you cooked that boar so well, but you did excellent.
I got my tricks.
Clearly.
Thank you both so much. Into the rain we go.
And for the next 24 hours, in character, you feel a certain level of fortitude. You have advantage on charisma saving throws for the next 24 hours.
Oh my.
All of us?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Yeah, anybody that ate the pork.
Oh, Cassidy should have a double
You guys
serving.
had the drink, too. You guys had or someone had the drink, right?
We were eating, like, the berries.
Oh,
whatnot.
Yeah.
Tim fully imbibed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Or partook.
Ulrich
If
and I
you
don't get shit. Got
You
it.
ate the food or drank the drink, one or the other.
The food or the pork?
Pork.
Okay.
The cooked pork.
Right. Well,
You didn't know.
it was the fucking Fae, man.
Yeah.
You know.
When is it a good idea to eat their food? I
It's
guess
chaos.
now. Yeah.
It's
Not all
it's
Fae are bad.
yeah, it's 50-50, honestly.
Not to say they were good either. I mean, you could have just caught them on a good day. You don't know.
It's chaos.
I don't know, man.
They
It's
seemed
chaos.
nice.
Listen, Rena only eats fish. I feel like that's kind of rude. Just saying. No. This is a dietary choice, okay?
Mhm.
Rena's gonna have to adapt if she wants to survive in the wilds.
I'll take my chances on hardtack. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
What do you think hardtack's made of?
Fuck, I don't even know.
Like wheat,
Isn't it
right?
dried,
Not fish.
dried bread?
Yeah.
Well, I meant meat.
Not
Like she only
fish.
eats
Okay.
only kind of meat. Pescatarian, right, or whatever.
Yeah,
I guess.
fish,
yeah.
pescatarian,
Yeah.
yeah. Fish tack. Oh, why would you say that?
But so
Look
you
at
make
me.
a fish sandwich.
That was your wife?
2 pieces of hardtack in between a raw fish.
Okay, Smeagol.
I tie a limit for him.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway. Marissa,
Mhm.
roll me a d20. Just straight d20.
14.
Thank you.
And it
Watch
landed
your-
in my claw.
Just full on lick that dice.
Hold
I mean,
on, hold on. I just want to show how it landed. I'm gonna mess it up as I'm.
Wow. Wow. All right. Hold on.
What
Let
was-
me refer.
What's the elf's name?
Ellie.
Ellie.
Ellie Elf.
Ellie the elf and Fitzy the halfling. They didn't really coordinate, it seems.
Halfling with longer than usual ears.
A species we will henceforth refer to as a Fitz.
What?
You,
Just to
You're
keep up
naming-
them naming convention.
you're naming
yeah.
species now. Okay.
Yeah.
Write your own fucking book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Defensive of your role in the party, I see.
Wow.
I'm not sharing credit. All right.
I am the one who writes.
Okay. But
Shall I do my scouting ahead business?
if you wish to.
I do.
Okay.
I will first roll stealth.
Earth.
I gotta say they did great on these fucking tracks.
Stealth is a 6 total.
Okay. There's
I will
so
now
many
roll-
twigs and dried leaves. How
I'll
are
now
they
roll
still crunchy in the
perception.
rain? Yeah.
Perception is a 17.
Okay. The terrain as you're moving forward, and the rest of you would eventually see this as well. It's becoming a bit more flat, not so much of the ups and downs, but boulders of varying sizes seem to be a little more frequent. Old boulders covered in moss, been sitting here for a while. And you would notice, Ulrich, that you're probably the closest to the mountain range that your village calls Immensity Peaks. You're the closest you've been to them this whole journey as you're progressing. I mean, you're not like reach out and touch them, but maybe those boulders have something to do with that. Maybe it's from like a rock slide or something like that in the past, because you haven't seen this level of clutter of a boulder rock variety in previous areas. So,
Good. With my knowledge, should I be worried about like a rock slide?
I mean, you don't really deal with those in Grey Stand. So, it would be hard for you to tell if it's really something you should be worried about or not. So,
Alright. Well, I'll report back to my friends.
okay.
Just make sure the group as a whole is always informed of what they're coming up on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured as much. But someone give me a survival roll.
Dibs.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he has done it yet since the last
Session.
plus. Yeah. I think Rarissa did it, and it was Rarissa and Tim were the only ones left.
17.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Your gathered knowledge thus far of the Iris Forest has helped you navigate at a good pace through the woods. Feel pretty confident on your movements. You've been able to avoid any dangerous situations that may come upon, especially with Ulrich reporting back. So, good. Good job.
Yay!
Woohoo.
Someone
Measure
else
up.
now. I think that measure up. I think the pool is refreshed, so anybody that wants to do a survival roll may.
I'll do it. Maybe I'll roll better this time.
I didn't want to push my luck.
Oh, I did. 24.
Ooh.
24. Very good. Amazing. Everybody give me a perception roll.
Kraken.
Ooh. Dang.
I see everything right now.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
8.
Oh.
7.
Oh.
My total's 25, if that matters at all. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
That is important. Rarissa?
17.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right, great. 25, 20, 17, 8, 7.
Yep.
Excellent. Rena, with a 25. I mean, nat 20 is good, but with a 25, you see walking about, I don't know, 10 feet, no, 15, about 15 feet to the left of the group, you see a very, very tall individual, looks male presenting, dark skin, fur on his arms, long braided hair. He's dressed in like hides, furs, if you will. He has his nose looks like it's red, as like a reddish tint, and he has like these, I'm just gonna say, bovine-like ears. He's walking alongside the group, but at a distance.
Rena's like immediately gonna grab Ulrich and like yank on him and just start pointing.
Do I recognize this person?
Yeah, looks familiar. It's the hair that makes you say, oh, that's the same person, because any other features from this distance wouldn't really be discernible.
He was
Could be
the
enough.
He's the one that Tim and I met, right?
Looks like him. Yes, Russ. Yes, the one named Russ.
I didn't think he'd be out this far.
What the hell do you mean by that?
I know him. Well, I met him
When? What?
at Talia's funeral.
Okay.
Is Russ looking at us?
Every now and then he like glances over, but he's, like I said, he's at a distance. He's just, keeping pace with you, but he's not like keeping a close eye on you necessarily.
I'll slow down, I'll get everyone's attention, and I'll point out Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
This feels auspicious to me. What about you, Ulrich?
It feels like he's been following us.
He notices
Nice.
that you notice him, and he just he perches up on, or steps up onto one of these larger boulders, just kind of with his quarterstaff in hand, and just stands there and just watches you. Watches you watching him.
Give him a little wave.
I'm walking.
He,
Okay.
he bows his head in response to your wave.
Rena's taking her longbow out. Not aiming it, just holding it.
Mm-hmm. You said you're approaching, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ulrich, I don't think we should let Tim take this one alone. And Ulrich will be joining Tim.
Okay. All right. While you're approaching, Katie is watching them, and she says, "Oh, I've never seen one of them in person before.
One of what?
It's a firbolg. It's said to be good luck to see one in person." That's what we call them, at least.
Okay.
As the two of you approach, he looks down at both of you. Just looks.
Hey there, Russ.
Greetings.
He nods his head to both of you.
You seem to have a tendency on meeting us on gloomy days. I think it was raining back then too.
I believe so.
I don't mean this as an accusation, but have you been following us?
So you could phrase it differently if you didn't.
Have you been following us?
A little.
Any particular reason?
I'm not sure. He looks like he's pondering this before he answers, but I'm not sure. Perhaps in recognition of Talia.
We're quite a long way from home.
Maybe for you.
Anywhere in the forest is probably formed home for you, huh?
He nods.
That's wonderful.
So, what are your intentions then? You just gonna watch us?
Yes. For now.
Ominous.
My people and I do not remain hidden by revealing much.
Fair enough.
You do not have to trust me, but I mean no ill intent.
Alright. Oh. Do you know the place that we're going? That we're searching for?
No. I do not know what you search for. I have not been listened.
Have you heard of a place called Thrix?
Or what some might describe as a big stone city. I don't really know what a city is yet.
I have heard of Druckshire. And he points with his quarterstaff in the direction that you're going. I do not know the names of these places.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Do
think
you-
you'd be too concerned with names.
I have only know of Grey Stand because of Talia.
Do you know someone named Bert?
A tree, actually.
I was gonna leave that part out and see if you knew.
Okay. Sorry. I just don't count trees as people.
The trees have spoken of one known as Bert. I have not met him personally. He
Interesting.
sounds confrontational for a tree.
You know, for a tree, I suppose. Yes. Pretty low bar.
You have met him.
We didn't have much of a conversation, but yes, I suppose.
Hmm. Hmm.
I meant
I
to
don't know.
ask you.
The conifers do not like him.
Mm.
Ooh, the feeling is mutual. Well, last we spoke, I asked if I'd see you in the forest again. And I meant to ask you, when the opportunity arose, if you knew anything about a woman named Myrna,
Hmm.
or if you were familiar with what was happening in the forest.
The name continues to elude me. But the fires that spread through our forest revealed an odd shape. A dome. A half circle.
That's her.
Mm-hmm. Did I already ask him about Ironwoods?
I don't remember, to be honest.
Let's see if I wrote it down.
I am aware of where this Myrna is, then.
That's right.
But the name means nothing.
Well, we're on a journey, and some of us are very anxious to return, so I don't want to spend too much time discussing it here and now. But when we get a chance, I think that your people and our people, I think we have a mutual interest in making sure that Myrna doesn't get what she wants.
Hmm.
And I
that
think-
there's cooperation to discuss.
Yeah, I think we'd be, at least some of us would be amenable to working with you and your people as well, as much as you're willing to.
Hmm.
I know you seem to like to keep your distance.
Can you both give me a persuasion roll?
Yeah.
I got a bonus to this, right?
Oh no, do you?
It's
I ate
charisma.
the pork. I got pork, sir.
It's a save.
Saving throw.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I'm going to use my inspiration.
I thought you already did.
I did not.
I
It's
did.
still on my sheet.
he contemplated it.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, and then he rolled
Ooh.
high enough.
Good use. My persuasion,
17.
that's a 19.
Okay.
Oh,
And
It was a
what'd you roll,
7
Tim?
before.
And what'd you roll, Tim?
oh, 17.
Okay.
Apologies.
Oh, you're good. All right. I make note of this. He listens to what you both have to say, and he just gives a nod. Continue on your journey. I will find you again.
Until then, Russ,
Hmm.
I'll give him a bow.
disengages. Yeah.
He bows his head.
Great to see you again, buddy.
Hmm. He maintains his positioning. He doesn't move. He just kind of watches you depart.
And Ulrich will rejoin with the group,
Mm-hmm.
continue on their way. I suppose. If we want to chat, I assume we could do it while we walk, unless
Yeah.
anyone... Yeah.
It works.
What did he want?
Nothing at the moment.
Very
He's close with-
mysterious.
Yeah. He was close with Talia, and I think he feels some sort of obligation, is what I gather.
Who? Sorry?
My dead sister.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'll get her
Oh.
back.
Oh. All right.
Anyone looking at Ulrich can see that he does not like it when Tim talks like that about Talia.
Katie just kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder, Tim.
Thanks, Katie. Apparently, she made a pretty good impression on him. She was our apothecary, or healer.
A noble task. Well, the healing type of apothecary, at least.
Rena's giving Ulrich a look.
What? It's not...
He didn't relay any sort of new information about Myrna or Greystand. That what you might be curious about. But he kind of knows a little bit about what we're headed for, at least the structure, but nothing new. Just kind of pointed in that general direction.
Further confirmation that there is something to find, though.
He doesn't technically have a name. I just named him Russ because
Russ.
You know. I think he deserves a name.
Oh, I've heard some interesting names for those individuals. You should.
What are they?
Well, I can't really say them. My pronunciation's terrible, but they're usually some sort of a lot of them, at least, that I've heard of, which I've heard of a few, but they're typically something elven.
But what are they as individuals? What type? Like, I know I'm human. There are elves. Race.
Fairbold. That's what we call them, at least. I don't know if that's like their own name or if it's just something that civilizations come up with. I'm not sure. But yes, that's what we call them. Very, as I was saying to Rena, very, it's considered good luck to see one in person.
Tim goes and like taps Ulrich on the shoulder. See?
It's just a saying.
I imagine, Rena, that the rarity of seeing a Fairbolg is a lot like how you feel to see one of your kind.
Yeah, I mean... Just us, so... Although I don't think we're lucky.
Oh, I mean, some say you make your own luck, so you could be if you wanted to be. Perhaps, I don't know, but perhaps you're the start, Better hurry up and have babes,
I
Who was
don't
it?
even know how to talk to people, let alone... Okay, you know what? No.
What I know about it, talking. There's not much talking involved.
Oh,
Doesn't-
well, I mean,
doesn't have
a
to be,
little
at
bit,
least.
I suppose.
Yeah.
What?
Right, it doesn't have to be.
You don't like talk... Oh, God.
I didn't say what I
Mom
liked.
See, I'm just curious at this point, like what the knowledge level is, because like current modern education preconceptions might not be where we're at with that in our village. So we could
It's-
just be a pile of naive young fools.
Well, I
no,
imagine we could
I think-
learn enough from animals.
I
And
think people understand the basics. I don't think you need to get animals involved.
Without
I don't want the birds
Thank
and the
you.
bees talk.
without ever having had it discussed.
Mhm.
There's just a basic
it's
understanding.
it's the Boars and the Bungles talk here.
Episode title. Woo!
Boars and the Bungles. That's the episode title. Thank you.
Ugh.
I'm gonna put that into our chat here
On
so
it.
you don't forget.
On it.
Oh, you got it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
What color does a
Fucking
gray
skin.
gray stone skinned person turn when they blush?
A
white?
darker, or would it be a darker shade?
Maybe a darker
Maybe like
shade,
green.
actually. Green.
Depends on the
Hmm.
undertones, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You got that last
yeah.
one right. Right?
You
Because
do.
I mean, if you count red as, because I assume your blood is still red, as the base color, and then you add like a dark gray over it, it would just be darker.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
Thanks, Bob Ross.
Yeah, Rena's
I love
purple
that.
right now.
That's where that came
It's the
from.
happy little blush.
Alright.
I'm just saying, if you are the start, you might as well give him a chance.
Larissa, you're gonna have to play wingman. Go get River as soon as we get back. Was
That's
River
the
right?
wrong one.
Or was it
No,
Lennar?
No.
Sorry.
Lennar.
Okay.
Not Rarissa though. Rena and Lennar.
Yeah, it's Rena and
Yeah.
Lennar. Well, yeah, he
The
said
wingman.
Rarissa
Yeah,
played
yeah.
wingman.
Wingman.
Oh, wingman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rena's gonna just take her hood over her cloak. And if there was string, she'd just tie it shut. But she's just gonna fold the flaps over her face and just keep
I was
walking.
gonna say it's not gonna want to close because of your horns.
Oh,
Shit,
gonna be
that's right. So it's kind of screwed.
Just rip
Use
holes
your-
for the horns right then and there. Yeah.
I think we should focus on what we're doing.
But
think we're
rabbit
doing-
hole.
We're making good progress. I told you we'd prairie dog it.
Yeah,
Gross. Stop saying that.
Hopefully our survival is, well, I mean, I rolled, what, a 24, so hopefully we're
Yeah.
making good time today.
We are making good.
Rena's speeding off a little bit ahead of everybody now.
All right, so we've done 2. I need 1 more survival roll from somebody that hasn't done it.
Me?
Yeah. Whoever, if you want to do it, please do.
1 second. I'm looking at my bonus.
back
That
for
would
it.
be a 14.
Okay. Your journey continues as planned, or as much as you can plan it. Slogging through the wet ground, and the rain is starting to let up. Probably about, well, I'd say at this point the rain's depleted. It's not all. Oh, I closed the wrong thing.
Oopsie.
It's not an all day pour. You do eventually reach the end of your day, feeling a good amount of accomplishment on the ground traveled, as the clouds start to clear and you see the sun making its descent towards the horizon. What are we going to set up camp?
Are we able to find a reasonable patch to set up on that maybe is a little elevated and less floppy from all the rain?
I will say, because of how good the rolls were this day, in game day, yes. You all rolled fairly well, so finding if not a dry spot, just a suitable spot for your means, yes, you can do so easily enough.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to roll my bedroll out in the mud. Call me picky.
I have a question.
Hmm.
While we're putting up camp, can I look for grasshoppers?
You certainly can.
Alright.
You can give me a survival roll. I'd like the rest of you, while he's doing this, give me a perception roll.
You haven't used your inspiration.
Oh,
We're
9
approaching
minutes
the end
left.
of the session, so.
I have a 19.
Dirty 20 on the bugs.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Inspiration.
You find plenty of appropriate grasshoppers.
Ooh.
You're able to restock. All right, Rena, what's your roll?
19.
Tim,
13.
Marissa,
Not 20.
Ooh!
Ooh,
Cassidy.
17.
Marissa, while you're all setting up camp and Ulrich's off fetching grasshoppers, if you know that's what he's doing, whatever.
He comes back and he's just munching the grasshopper bodies because he only needs the legs.
You're
Like a little handful of popcorn.
you're setting up your camp, and you roll out you put out your bedroll, and you're kind of like spreading it out, and you feel something hard underneath your bedroll.
I didn't have a guest.
Hello. I guess she knows more than the rest of us.
What's the hard thing she finds, JT?
I mean, is she gonna look?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
look.
pull back your bedroll, and whatever it is not immediately clear. Like, there's some, detritus on top, and you have to kind of brush it away. And when you eventually do, you find this imperfectly round, like, orb kind of thing. And you try to, and it's of a green coloration. Like, it's looking at it. I don't know if Rarissa would know this consistency, but you as a player will know the consistency of it is like that of fossilized amber. It's about the size of a softball, but again, imperfectly shaped, and you really gotta like tug at it to get it out because it's kind of like impacted into the ground. But yeah, you find this thing.
Really good at
work,
finding random minerals and crystals in the earth, Rarissa.
It's pretty ironic, isn't it?
I have no idea what it is, though. Gonna like poke at it.
Very, very hard. There's a little tink tink when you tap at it.
She would take it over to Tim.
Just think a large chunk of fossilized amber, but green in coloration.
Be like, I almost laid on this.
That wouldn't have been a good night's sleep. Do I know what this is?
Just looking at it? No.
Okay. Can I roll something?
What do you?
Nature? Probably
Give
pretty high
me
DC.
an Arcana check.
Arcana. All right, I gotta change dice. Fuck.
No.
I did not roll well. That's a total of 8.
Inspiration.
Totally.
I already
Did you
used
spend
it on
it?
the perception.
You can have mine.
No,
I don't
you
think I
can't
can.
pass around inspiration. There's something about it. It, whatever it is, it seems to balance on the line of nature and magic. Like, not nature magic, but the two different things. Like, this is nature with arcane properties. I guess, is the best thing. But what it does, what it's exactly made of, like that's just what you could discern from looking at it. Like,
All right, so I know magic could be is somehow
Mhm.
involved. Could I try ritual casting identify?
yes.
All right,
Yes, you-
that's what I'll do. I'll stop for a minute and be like, what is it with you and gyms? First off. Second, I don't know if I said it, but thank you for talking with me and Jules and answering my questions during the watch.
Anytime.
Fantastic.
While he's casting this identify, oh, well, you don't have to take 10 minutes.
I do. I can only use that feature once a day.
Oh,
No,
okay.
we've rested since then. So yeah, I can actually.
Are you gonna?
That was at dinner and we went to sleep. And, yeah.
Right. Okay. So you cast your spell, and this is definitely of a magical origin. Identifying on this item, you determine that this is a summoning stone. It's got one use. After a single use, it's going to be depleted, but you could use this to summon the aid of a earth elemental.
Even I could do it?
I mean, you've casted this identify spell on it, so you know how it works.
It's just laying around.
Who the fuck just
And-
dropped this? Like,
Someone checked their pockets and went, ah.
Big old hole in it. Someone from the city of Thrix was like, I really should have bought that fucking bag of holdings.
I thought he was trying to scam me by upselling me the carrying case.
Oh.
It was very impacted into the ground. Like it took some strength to pull that out. So who knows how long it's been sitting.
it's been there for a while.
And it's been under detritus, so it wasn't easily seen.
I will explain its use, and its limitations, and hand it back to Arissa. Finders keepers, you know.
No. I don't trust myself.
Sure.
She'd be like, yeah.
Okay.
I trust myself to stab. Summoning something like that?
All right. I'll hold on to it for now. Maybe I can learn more from it. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool to know that I almost laid on that, I guess.
I don't think you could have accidentally summoned something, so worst it would have done was, delayed your sleep or disrupted it.
I will send this to you, Colby.
That's
Ooh.
a cool thing to stumble upon.
Yeah.
Marissa must have a hidden proficiency in gemstone detection.
Mm-hmm. She must.
Confirm collects cool rocks.
All right.
Did you grab a piece of labradorite from the shelf?
Oh, you should have. Yeah.
We can go back out there.
There you go.
Make our way back to the village, rest. All right, we're heading back out again.
Oh!
I think Rena may die.
Yes.
It's on the way. We'll just pop on the way and then go to the village.
All right. Well, with the discovery of this item and you going down for the night, I am gonna tick the calendar ahead one more day, just so I don't forget next week. And that's it. We're gonna stop our session there. Almost right on the hour.
Almost right on time.
Damn.
Was
Yay.
that-
Should have talked to us.
I was gonna say,
No.
are we on the 24th or the 25th then?
You are now on the 25th. I just ticked it over, so you'd have to refresh to see the
Okay.
change. The change doesn't happen retroactively.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for coming out. The VOD will be posted on YouTube on Thursday. If you are a subscriber, you could go watch it as soon as we're done right here on Twitch. I always forget to say that, but it is available here immediately. If you're
Just watch us again.
Yeah. Hey, maybe they want to go back and check something they missed. Or maybe they didn't catch the first half. But and if you're a podcast listener, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Amazon Music, you can catch us over on there. I'm going to be expanding that list next week. I'm not going to list all of the places because that would be too much. But yeah, that will be the podcast will be posted on Sunday. Sunday
Sunday at 5 a.m. Yep.
Oh, and we've got The Adventure Continues this week. Who's joining me? Sora, I think you are.
What day is it happening on?
I think Yurko is. I had two people written down.
Perhaps. I remember we played it like a long time ago. I think I might be on it.
We did. It's on the 29th, which is a Friday.
Yeah, because we're doing that before session, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that's when we play Vampire.
Yeah, it's Sora and Yurko.
Nice.
I hope I'll be back.
Oh man, I'm gonna be in my chair so long that day.
You could get up and walk around.
I could.
I have to make sure I can come back on time because I'm going to be in Orlando.
Okay. All right. Just keep me posted.
We'll get there. We're exciting people. We do a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you do.
Yeah.
So the adventure continues. You know what? The adventure continues posts on Sunday, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then the podcast of the show posts on Friday.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. VOD over on YouTube on Thursday. Podcast audio form on Friday. The adventure continues on Sunday, which is a recap of our last two sessions. I'm going to stop talking now. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Sleep well. I love you so much.
We'll see you next week.
Yay.
Bye.